going on, y'all? It's Plant-Based with Nicole. I'm your host, Nicolershaeholiday. I'm so happy to be back. I was on a much-needed break for 2.5 months, but I'm back, y'all. I'm back stronger than ever. It is 2024, my first episode of the year. I'm so excited because I miss y'all. I missed y'all. Okay. Anyway, today I am interviewing ZePaul Thomas. ZePaul is a raw vegan herbalist who is determined to reverse his cerebral palsy by eating grapes only. Only grapes, y'all. He is on a 100-day plus. Actually, he's on day 105 of eating only grapes. And he has already seen improvements. So we're going to talk about his experience, the benefits, his detox, what is cerebral palsy? Some people might not even know what that is. He was born with it and he's changing. He's changing his life. He's working on reversing it and he is determined, y'all. So we're going to talk to him. I'm excited to tell his story. Make sure you share this live with someone else who may be struggling with cerebral palsy or someone who just has some kind of ailment that they're trying to heal. And they don't know which way to go. They don't want to go to the doctor and take medications and everything. Hey, y'all, there is power in raw foods, especially if you take it up a notch and eat only fruit. And then another notch, only grapes, okay? So let's talk to him. Let's bring him on. Without further ado, welcome ZePaul Thomas. Thank you so much for coming on here, ZePaul. I'm so excited to hear about your journey. You're doing some wonderful things. Okay. 100 days on grapes, 100 plus days on grapes. Okay. So let's go back first. Tell everybody how long you've been eating vegan and then how, when did you switch over to raw vegan?
Okay. I became vegan back in 2014. I had started digging into different schools of consciousness, and I started getting into a lot of um, different like activism, getting into like different types of activism, people like Dr. Umar Johnson and people like that. And it led me into people like Dr. Africa and Dr. Sabi and people like that. Um, I was born with cerebral palsy, and that really led me into really getting deeper into like the holistic lifestyle. And when I started learning about Dr. Africa and uh, Dr. Sabi and people like that, it led me further and further down the rabbit hole over time. And I started to learn how that um, with the holistic lifestyle, you can basically cure anything or at least improve any condition. So it led me into veganism. And when I started getting into veganism, I I actually ended up meeting one of Dr. Sabi's ex-wives,
Oh,
Mama Pill in Atlanta, where I was living for more than half my life at that point. And she taught me different things. She invited me out to like a lot of her um, healing um, healing retreats. So they had like sweat lodges. We would go to sweat lodges every once a week for a few months, and I really got to congregate to a lot of the conscious community in Atlanta. So that's how I began my journey, and it led me into going. I became a raw foodist, and I became a fruitarian. I would switch off and on from fruitarian to just regular veganism to raw veganism and back and forth depending on where I was in my healing journey. Um, one of what really led me into doing this fruit fast was a lot of platforms like your platform. I started um, a fruit fast. I started one of is a person that I follow on Facebook. He recommended that I do a sweet watery fruit fast where I eat nothing but sweet watery fruits, only fruits with like water dense content, no not even cucumbers or tomatoes,
Oh,
nothing but sweet, watery fruits for, he said, just keep going, for as long as you can. And I did it for like 90 days over the summer, and I saw a lot of improvement. But a lot of the reason that I was able to get through that fast was platforms like yours, because I discovered your platform because I would search for like different interviews, raw foodist interviews, and I came across a lot of your interviews.
oh,
And yes, and that really helped me get through that fast, and it led me into doing this great fast that I'm doing right now.
wow. What an amazing story. So, what year did you go raw vegan?
I think probably around 2016. I had turned vegan in 2014,
Okay.
um, after studying it for almost a year
Mhm.
and watching Dr. Sabi's stepson's Red Pill and Blue Pill. I would listen to their radio show every Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Thursday, and like that really led me like really down the rabbit hole and really get into more of a conscious community that would eat the lifestyle that I ate, that I would come to known as like raw veganism or just veganism in general. So I became raw vegan in 2016, but I would switch back and forth from raw veganism to just regular veganism,
Mhm.
or to fruitarianism.
Okay. So, okay. Well, first, before we talk about like what kind of improvements you've seen since you switched over to the fruitarian lifestyle, let's go into what you were diagnosed with or what you were born with. You said cerebral palsy. What is, to people who may not know, what is that? And how is one born with that?
I was born prematurely. I was born about 3 or 4 months premature. I
Mm.
was I was born at a very low birth rate in 1987. I was born very premature, and and that I believe a lot of that led to my cerebral palsy. And um, I think my mother discovered maybe a couple of days after I was born that I had cerebral palsy, because she noticed that I was sleeping a certain way and I was curled up. And cerebral palsy, what it is, it's a it's a motor neurological deficiency that affects your muscles. So you can have people from varying degrees. You can have people that are basically paraplegic, that can't move at all, or you can have people that are just have greatly affected their walking, and or walk a certain way, or their posture and things like that, their motor skills and stuff like that. Um, so me having cerebral palsy and going through that, I went through a lot of surgeries. Like within my first 14 years of living, I've had countless surgeries. I used to be able to count them. My mother used to be amazed by my abilities to be able to remember dates of my surgeries. But I had countless surgeries growing up. But as I started to get older, I told myself that I wanted to learn more about my condition. My
Yeah.
father was one of the people that was telling me like to always look into what I was going through, or look into what cerebral palsy is. Not necessarily thinking that there was a cure for it, but just for me to understand what they whatever they're doing, whatever operation or whatever medication that they're giving to you, what they're doing. And as I grew up, I started to learn that that's the case for many conditions, whether you're dealing with cancer, diabetes. You always want to know what it is that you're dealing with. And one of the main difference between my condition and most other people's condition is it was something that I was born with. It's not something that I got because of a dietary choice. It was because I was born with it. But I put it in my mind that I was going to overcome cerebral palsy, and even if I was never 100% curing myself, I would greatly improve my quality of life.
Amen to that. So you mentioned that since you've been eating 100 days on grapes, you've seen some improvements. Can you talk about the improvements you've seen?
Yes, well, I've seen improvement like in my standing, in my walking, in my balance, and things like that that I didn't notice before. Um, and I have more energy. I have a lot more energy, and um, I sleep better. I sleep better most days. Some days I don't, because eating grapes a lot of times it is very high water content, and you learn from like people like Yaki that you don't need water, and not that I didn't believe him, but being on like doing like the fruit detox I did over the summer and doing this detox that I'm on now, I found that out the hard way that um you don't need water. You don't if you're eating like a lot of high content water dense fruits, you don't need, because I wake up a lot of times I wake up 3 4 times in the night, you know, having to empty my bladder. So and that's without drinking any teas, any water, any additional water, just straight from grapes. And then before that, when I was on my last detox, I was eating mainly nothing but watermelon.
Wow. So, oh goodness, 100 days. That's good. First, how powerful food is, how powerful raw food is, and then how powerful fruit is. Because it's one thing to do all raw. That's like a great thing. And I've healed myself from things just eating raw, but to take it up a notch and eat all fruit, not only all fruit, but one fruit, that takes some serious discipline. But I'm so happy to hear that you're getting you're seeing a lot of improvements and results and things. What made you decide to eat all grapes? Did you hear about the book The Grape Cure? Have you ever read that? Or what made
Yes.
you decide to do all grapes as opposed to just all fruit or some other type of fruit? What made you stick with
Well,
grapes?
well, actually, yes, that book, someone recommended me that book, and that's another thing about this um, raw fruit community is I get to learn from so many different people, and it was someone I did when I did my first fruit detox. When I first discovered you, um, when I did my first detox over the summer, I did over 90 days, and I finished those 90 days. And towards the end of those 90 days, one of my younger brothers, he came to visit me, and I was coming into the house after work, after a long day of work, and like he noticed like how he noticed how much taller I was standing and how much more balanced and everything. And I had just stopped. I had just ended the fruit fast at the time, and I didn't notice how much I was healing as much as he did. And this was coming from somebody who hadn't seen me in a few months, and he was just kept going on about how much I was healing. And I looking back, I had felt bad that I had stopped the detox. Because if I had gotten that feedback when I was still doing it, I would have kept going at that point.
Yeah.
But that is one of the things that motivated me to do this second fast. And someone that recommended me that book, they recommended me that book, the Grape Cure, Jonah Bryan, I believe, and me reading that book really helped me.
Wow.
And actually, I'm almost done reading it again. I decided to read it again since I'm actually doing the fast. I decided to read it again.
Relate
So
better. You could relate
mhm,
better now that you're actually
yeah,
doing it and reading it. It's like it's more what's the word I'm looking for? It just stands out more because you're living it now. You're experiencing it now. Um So you talked about like the benefits that's happened with eating grapes. What detox have you experienced, or have you experienced detox? Because eating all fruit is very, what do they call it? Astringent.
Yeah,
Pulls out of
especially
you, pulls out of you. So what has this great, fast done for you? Like, have you had detox symptoms, and what were
yes. I just started having detox symptoms about 2 weeks ago. Um,
they? Oh wow.
I started having. I had one day I had like real bad muscle spasm.
Mm.
For like 20 minutes. So I had bought me a rebounder trampoline because someone I was watching Yaki and he was talking about buying a rebounder trampoline and he was like, even if you don't do any exercises, get you a rebounder trampoline, and that's one of the best exercises no matter what condition you have. It moves, it gets your lymph moving faster than anything, faster than walking for 20 minutes. You can you can just do 30 seconds of it. You can just get on there for like 30 seconds to a minute and get you the same amount of workout that you would get doing maybe like um, an hour of jogging because of the science of getting your lymphatic system moving.
Yeah. Wow. So that's the only thing you've had was the muscle spasms?
And I've had like I started getting like itching and stuff. Like I started getting itching like and people were telling me that's like the parasites
Oh,
coming out
oh,
because
Lord.
yeah, I've like really like I had like an itching feeling, like not like a visible rash or anything, but just like an itching feeling. It's hard to describe it
Goodness.
because
It was
I
like your
don't have
skin's crawling?
yeah, feel yeah, because not like itching like you got a rash or anything. Yeah, but it feels like that. And I started getting that feeling like a week ago, and I knew that it was because of that. And it's a lady that I follow on Facebook. She just did 108 days, and she been communicating with me, and she was telling me she did 108 days. She was telling me that she had the same thing during the around the 90-day mark,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's another guy, Kev Ramon. He did about 159 days on watermelon, and he said around the 50-day, around the 90-day mark, around that same mark, he started having that same type of symptom. So I was having that symptom for about a week, and it's weird because if you'd have asked me that 2 weeks ago, if I had detox symptoms, I would have said no, but it's
That's
starting to come down.
that it started like way after you started the Great Cleanse, like what, 3 months basically? You didn't get detox until like 3 months later. That's pretty interesting. So,
Yeah, but I think mostly it's because I eat relatively clean,
mhm.
like relatively clean. So it's probably going to it would take and I just came off 90 days of eating nothing but fruit. So I'm sure that it would take a lot more for me to get to like the detox phase. You
Yeah,
know,
because you're already eating so clean, and your body was already used to kind of eating all fruit. So you've already kind of experienced all that in the beginning. That's interesting. Okay, so we talked about the benefits, we talked about your detox. Okay, I would say what are you eating today, but we we know you're just eating grapes.
yeah.
What do you eat when you're not doing like all fruit cleanses, all fruit fast? Like what's your typical day as a raw vegan? Like what, give me a sample of what you would eat. I know it's probably different all
I
the time.
like I mean occasionally I go and go to like a vegan restaurant and eat cooked meals or like now around I'm around my younger brother. He's been more plant based now, so he's been cooking a lot more. So like he you know he wants me socially a lot of times to eat with him. You know what I mean? So sometimes I might eat with him as well.
Mhm.
Um, uh, like I started eating more um like nori wraps. I like nori wraps. I was eating that like almost every day, like nori wraps with like avocados it's something really easy and quick that you can make that's raw. That's one of the things that I was eating every day. Um, Making like the cucumber noodles with the little spiraler. I like you know making stuff with the spiraler, making like salads and stuff with the spiraler. With get you a cucumber or a zucchini and making you like noodles like that. Those are really good for making raw meals. Um, let's see, eating a lot of fruit and stuff throughout the day, like mangoes and stuff like that. Honeydew melons. I was eating honeydew melons almost every day. And before I started working from home, I I would have like honeydew, like almost honeydew or watermelon all year round for lunch. My
Watermelon?
goal.
Where do
Mhm.
you live at? Because watermelon
Well,
is
I was living in Atlanta, so they was available almost all year round. And now I'm living in Maryland, and
oh,
surprisingly, the watermelons are available. They stopped becoming available in the beginning of November. Actually, um, I was eating watermelon, uh, some days during my grape fast. That was like the only thing I made an exception for was the seeded watermelon. Yeah,
this one? Oh, okay. You're
yeah,
still eating fruit though. So how are you dealing with or are you dealing with like just extreme hunger, or is it like keeping you satiated?
yeah. Because luckily where I get my grapes from, they it's a market like not too far south from me, and I'm able and I buy like 3 or 4 boxes worth, and 3 or 4 boxes that come with like 9 bags,
Wow.
and three or 4 boxes that last me a whole week. And you know, um, I would I would shove them in like 1 gallon bags, and I could go through like two 1 gallon bags a day. And I'm even intermittent fasting, so I usually stop eating. Can you still see me?
Yes. Can you see me?
Yeah, I stop eating um around 9:30 most days, and
PM.
I don't eat before 12 o'clock. So
Are you
I
eating
started
12 and 9?
in yeah, I started eating intermittent fast. Well, I've been doing the intermittent fasting during this detox.
12 to
So
9:30. Okay.
mm,
Whew, I can't do it. I mean, I can stop eating by
mm,
7 or 6:30, but I can't wait until 12 to eat. Like I probably can go until like 10. 10
mm.
a.m. I can push it till 10 a.m. So good for you. Um, excuse me. Uh, oh God, I hate when I forget what I was gonna ask. But anyway, I'm just gonna jump to something else because I can't remember oh, do you take supplements
No, no,
like
no.
vitamin B12?
I was like, I started off the detox like taking like herbs and stuff because I'm heavy in the herbs. Like I love herbs. Um,
Yeah, I want you to talk about that in a
I
minute.
could I like I consider myself a herbalist. And, like I got my own little herbal thing going on myself, but I love herbs. So I started out taking the teas, but
Mhm.
then I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this detox. I'm gonna get off of these teas after like the first month and just go with straight fruits.
Okay.
So I've been
How long do you plan on doing this? All grapes.
I'm not I want to go 4 months. I want to go past 120 days.
And you're already on what, like day 104?
Day 105.
Wow, that's a long time. 3 months.
Yeah, I might go past that. I don't know when I'm gonna stop. One of my friends was telling me, she's like, keep going. And it's crazy because, even during this fast, you know, like we share like uh vegan restaurants and stuff, like, saying, oh man, we should go to this spot, we should go to that spot. And I guess it's showing my discipline because socially, I don't really crave anything else. I don't really crave anything else, but like socially, I was like, oh yeah, I would kind of want to, you know, go hang out with my friend at this spot and enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go through with with these grapes and keep going and see how far I can go.
So do you do you refrain from hanging out with friends, or do you just kind of like bring your grapes or eat grapes
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
though,
do.
so that you can
I,
still have a social life?
yeah, I mean, not that I have like like I have a big social life, but well, I do when I do go out, some places I do have like a bag of grapes with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do. I done been to Thanksgiving. I done been to Thanksgiving and Christmas this year around my family with a bag of grapes.
I heard that. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I
Yeah,
heard
but but like I'm the type of person like I don't think that I'm super disciplined, but if I got in my mind that I'm going to do this, then and then I'm going to do it. So
I
I
bet
have in my mind that I'm going to do it. Nothing is going to deter me from that.
Yeah, I beg to differ. I think you are super disciplined. The fact that you can eat grapes only for 105 days, when you might have had watermelon a few times, but
Mhm.
just eating, that's discipline. Okay. So you are super disciplined in my eyes. So I wanted to give you a little time to talk about well, you kind of talked about a little bit, but you're also an herbalist and you have like a separate IG page focused on your herbs. And I see on your regular page, you show a lot of different herbs and things like that. How did you get into herbs, and like what kind of herbs do you sell, and do you make the herbs, or do you?
Well, I just have I only have two products right now.
Okay.
I I only have two products right now. I have black seed oil and I have batana oil.
Oh,
Batana oil is it's an oil from Honduras. Uh, Dr. Sabi's one of Dr. Sabi's nephews. Uh, he put me onto it, and I started selling it. And it's a really good product for the hair and the skin, and it's even good for the lungs. You can cook with it and everything.
really?
Um, mhm. Yeah, so I have that, and then I have black seed oil, um, and that's been like one of my major products that people love. It's a really good black seed oil. It's certified organic and everything, and I've been those are like my first two products. I still have like a regular job, so I haven't really focused 100% on like producing a bunch of herbs, but I give people like my knowledge and everything. I've been helping like family members, get through like some major conditions and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, for the
um,
black seed oil.
yeah, through the black seed oil and just other herbs, using other herbs that I don't sell right now, but um, just giving herbal advice and even making teas for them and blends for them to have them to take and putting them on regimens like I'm on now.
Great. What is the benefits of black seed oil?
It's good for the skin. It's good for the hair. It's good for like diabetes. If you got like blood pressure problems, it's good for all that. It's like it's good for eczema. You can put it on the skin. You
Is it
can put
like a
it.
cream, or is it
You
something?
can take it topically, but you can also put it on the skin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very versatile. A lot of people know about it. King Imhotep said that it was good for everything but death.
Oh,
But as time goes on, I'm gonna start producing more herbal supplements and tonics. Um, you know,
yeah.
but I'm really just starting to take off, like what I mean, between me working and things like that. But I'm really working on taking off on that in the near future.
That's awesome.
But herbalism is something that is really near and dear to me because it help it helps me to be able to help other people, like other people that's close to me that's been going through things. I even have like people really close to me that's going through some things that I'm working on helping them through. But like me doing this grape fast is like a physical example of showing that, you know, if you have the discipline to do something, or you set your mind to change your diet, then you can overcome anything. So herbalism is something that's really near and dear to me. Like I studied under Dr. Sebi's wife, and just hearing her stories of how she traveled, you know, all through South America and the Caribbean with Dr. Sebi, and me going to Jamaica twice is something that I really I want to do in my life in the future. Like I really want to start traveling to different countries and learning more about different herbs that's indigenous to those different parts of those countries, whether it's somewhere in Europe or in in Japan or anything anywhere like that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Very ambitious. I love it. Well, thank you so much, ZePaul. I really appreciate you telling your story. And I hope whoever's watching this is inspired. If you know someone that is struggling with certain ailments in their body and they need healing, hey, hit up ZePaul, okay? Talk to him about his experience. I mean, he's been on grapes only and he has already seen lots of improvements in his body. So you know, there's something to this, okay? There's something to this. So he's all natural with it, okay? He's not going to the doctors with all the, you know, well, I don't know, maybe you are, but you're still
No, I'm not.
okay, good. He's not
I'm trying to convince people in my family to go that route and not go to the doctors themselves.
all the medications and all that. He's trying to heal naturally. That's what I'm talking about. I also healed something naturally. I made a video on my YouTube. It's under my healing playlist, and it was something that was going on in my body. I don't even know what I had. I don't even have a diagnosis for it because I never went to the doctor because I knew they were just going to be like, oh, let me give her MRI. Let me give her some medication. And, you know, so I was like, you know what? Let me just work on this myself. Okay. Between me, God, and the food, the raw food, my body was healed. So there's something to it. You guys, there's power in raw foods. And there's even more power in just all fruit. And if you mono mill it, then it's even more powerful. So thank you for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it. Tell everybody your IG handles or your YouTube or just wherever you want people to find you or follow you and all that good stuff.
You can follow me at ZePaul Thomas on Facebook. You can hit me up at Ziggy the Iron King on Instagram. You can also hit me up at Amexum Holistic Creations on TikTok. You can hit me up at Amexum Holistic Creations on Instagram. Hit up amexumholistics.com. That's my website for my black seed oil and my botana oil. Follow me on all my platforms and follow me on YouTube at Ziggy the Iron King on YouTube as well. I've been documenting my journey of reversing my cerebral palsy and improving my symptoms. So follow that as well.
Yes.
And you know, and continue watching these platforms because like I said, your platform helped me to get through helping me to get through both of my food fasts. I love hearing these testimonies from other people, and that encourage me to get through. Like if they can get through it, then I can get through it. You know what I mean? And you as well. Like just you doing your juicing and stuff like that. Just your content just helps make my algorithm like a lot brighter and more positive.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I want to do. I just want to touch people. I just want to spread the word and spread the news and, you know, just get that message of health out there. So thank you so much for your words. I appreciate that. So yeah, everything's going to be in the description below, you guys, all his links and, you know, platforms and everything. So go check him out, go follow him, subscribe to his YouTube channel, send him a message, tell him you watched the video, and send him an encouraging word. You know, he is on a mission to reverse cerebral palsy, you guys. So you guys, prayers up too. Send him some positivity and prayers. And we're going to check back with him in about 6 months. Well, thank you so much, ZePaul, and I'll see you on the gram. God bless you.